those people to add music for you.
These are rare dry. It's 41%, has fresh oranges, coriander seeds, and lemon myrtle. Bit of star anise and green cardamom to it as well. So it's super fresh, really liking.
Yeah.
Have you smelled this one? That's the Christmas one.
That's the Christmas.
Quick stuff's okay, but that's the only good stuff. So she'll have to